Hi everybody, it is Sarah Kitchen from Kaleidoscope. Today in our pizza series, I'm going to show you how to make something tasty and delicious and maybe not quite what you're thinking of when you think of pizza. Today I'm going to show you how to make a tasty fruit pizza. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do for our fruit pizza is put together our sugar cookie crust. To do that, you're going to need 1 1/4 cups of flour, 2/3 of a cup of sugar, a 1/2 cup or 1 stick of salted butter that should be softened, so leave it out on your counter for a little bit, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 egg, and then you're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I've put them all in the same container to make it easier for me. Note that those are different things. So cream of tartar is actually a powder. Mine looks like this, but you can find it in smaller containers. Then there's baking powder and then baking soda. So make sure you're using all 3 of those different things and then your salt. From here, we're gonna get started by creaming our sugar and our butter. All right, I have my softened butter in my mixing bowl. Now I'm gonna add my sugar. You could do this with a hand mixer if you would like. I'm gonna use my KitchenAid mixer. And then I'm gonna turn the speed on. And I'm gonna let that mix until it is fluffy and light colored. All right, I've got my butter and sugar creamed. It took probably about 2 minutes, maybe not quite that long. Now I'm gonna add my other wet ingredients, which would be my egg and my vanilla extract. And then I'm going to mix those in. All right, I've got that all mixed together. I have scraped down the sides a few times while I was mixing to make sure everything got in my mixture. Now it's time to add my dry ingredients. That would be my flour, my baking soda, baking powder, cream of tartar, and my salt. So I'm gonna add that in. And then, no surprise here, next we're going to mix it all together. Be careful that you don't overmix. So you just wanna mix until the ingredients are just nice and combined. Look at that, all my ingredients are combined. Now I am going to take this sugar cookie dough and put it on a parchment lined cookie sheet. You can do it on a round one or a square one, it's up to you. And then we're gonna get it in the oven that is preheated at 350 degrees. It's probably only gonna take 10 to 12 minutes. All right, my little toaster oven here is preheated, so I'm gonna take my sugar cookie dough. I'm going to open my toaster oven. I'm gonna stick it in and I'm gonna let it go for 12 minutes. All right, I just finished baking my sugar cookie crust. Now what is really important is that you have to let this cool the whole way before you add any of that frosting layer or any of your fruit. So I'm gonna let this sit for at least a half an hour, maybe more, before I put my frosting on. For the frosting layer, you're gonna need 1 package or 8 ounces of cream cheese. Make sure that's softened so it mixes easily. A 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I have a little bit extra in here just because I had just a tiny bit extra in my container and I just wanted to use it up. And a tablespoon of lemon juice. To put this together, you're gonna start by mixing your cream cheese until it is smooth and then add in your other ingredients. I've got my cream cheese starting to mix. I am going to scrape down the sides and then add the powdered sugar, the lemon juice, and the vanilla extract. I've got all my frosting ingredients mixed. It's nice and creamy and smooth. So now I'm gonna take this and put it aside until my cookie crust is completely cooled down. Then I am going to frost the sugar cookie crust with this frosting, just like you would do with a regular pizza. When it comes to the fruit that you wanna put on your fruit pizza, that's really up to you. I'm gonna stick with my family's favorites, some strawberries, blueberries, and kiwis. You could also use raspberries. You could use grapes. You could use apples. If you use apples, just make sure you put them in a little bit of lemon juice and water first so they don't brown. The important thing is, no matter what kind of fruit you're using, make sure it's clean before you put it on your finished product. Now I'm going to slice my fruit so I can use it to decorate my pizza. How you do that is completely up to you. My sugar cookie crust is cooled down, so now I'm going to take my frosting and I am going to put it on just like I would put on a layer of pizza sauce. I'm going to cover this, leave a little bit around the sides for a crust, then I am going to start putting my fruit on in a beautiful pattern. And there you have it, folks, my finished fruit pizza. This is going to be a hit for your friends and family. Keep in mind that it's not going to last very long. Your frosting is going to make your cookie crust kind of soggy. So this is something that you want to make right ahead of when you're going to serve it and then eat it all up. Not that that's going to be a problem, because I am sure this is going to get scarfed down really quick.